Hey, it's Native Survival. Let's go over feather stick technique and a good source to use. So I like to use the dead branches under the pine tree. They tend to stay drier longer than the other branches. Have a lot of resin in them. They make first-rate feather sticks. Okay, so it's a good feather stick, nice and wholesome, as my buddy calls it. So by taking very light slices, you can put a lot of curls, and even when it's snowing out, it's not a problem as long as you grab something that's dry, that's dead, and attached to a tree. In this case, I used pine. You know, it had a good snap to it. I knew it was dead. And there's always something somewhere in every woodland that you can find that's dry, you know. So you just have to learn your local materials to see what makes the best feather sticks. And pine has a lot of resin in it, so it burns really well. And as you can see, it makes excellent feather sticks. Okay, so let's talk shape. So on the stick I'm going to use, I like to use the area that has a dip on it, like right here. It's a shallow dip. So that way my knife can go right along the geometry of the stick. Whereas if I use the opposite side, where there's a hump, when you cut with your blade, you end up going off the hump and you lose your feather. This side, you can ride it the whole way and the feather just keeps curling up as you go. I like to have them off to the side of my body so I'm not cutting towards myself at all. And plant it in the ground. Hold it nice and firm. And then I test to see if this is going to be a good spot to make feathers. So what you do is you lightly go over the surface of the stick as you go down, and you change where your focus is. So I start here and I slowly work my way over. Every time you cut, it creates a ridge on each side. It creates a flat area and a ridge on each side. Then you can go down each ridge and get a nice light curl. I also like to use the edge of the stick as well, so my curls are multi-dimensional. They kind of go around the stick and not just in one plane over each other. So you have to have a keen mind for your bevel. You have to know exactly where it is and what it's doing while you're doing this. And you just cleanly going through the layers of the stick, doing your best to have a very light touch. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now when you pitch your knife, the curl will go one direction. If you pitch it up the other way, the curl will start to go the other direction. I don't do that too much. I do it a little bit, but I find that when I pitch up my blade this way, I end up cutting some curls off on the other side as my knife gets deeper. So I don't do that a whole lot. I do use that technique, but it's not something that I rely on. I usually do it just to the left, because in that way my knife isn't cutting deeper in like it does this way, and allows curls to kind of stack on each other easier. Pretty much all there is to it. Okay, so you can use whatever you like to ignite these feather sticks. I've struck a ferro rod under feather stick curls so you can get them to light if they're real delicate. So you can go ferro rod straight to feather sticks. You could use a match. You could use a ferro rod on birch bark. You know, there's thousands of different tinders that will make you a little flame, and then from there you can just go with the feather sticks. It smells good. Oop. There we go. Make a little X with my feather sticks and put my twigs on top of that. So feather sticks give you a good heart for your fire. They really give you a good source of heat to begin with, so you can ignite modular kindling. You know, when it's snowing, raining, everything's just real wet from a recent rain, whatever the case is. Now I like to use a teepee fire lay, especially for this occasion, because it gives everything enough air and enough room to dry out. So the heat of the fire is drying all these sticks out, which allows them to burn more efficiently. But it still gives enough fuel for the fire to climb and get bigger and generate more heat. So there's enough gap where the flame is happy, there's enough gap so the fuel is happy. Well, it's been Mitch and Native Survival. Appreciate your views, your comments, and your support. Good luck on carving your feather sticks. Remember, it takes a light touch and you'll get plenty of curl. Take care.